out to the Manhattan Center at the very heart of New York City and the very first Pro Judo event. I'm Neil Adams, and joining me today is America's very first World Judo Champion, Mike Swain.
We're going to have some great matches tonight. Olympic champions, world champions. All I can say is bodies are flying.
Watch out for Pro Judo because it's going to come and get you.
This is Pro Judo with Neil Adams, All-European Judo Champion, and Mike Swain, former World Champion. Special guest ring announcer, Dr. Dre. And keeping the beat, DJ Scribble. Pro Judo is brought to you in part by WooWare. It's what you want. It's what you need. And Old Milwaukee, America's best tasting beer.
In the white corner, from Taiwan and the Taiwanese national team, we have Young Ming Ling. And from the Puerto Rican world team member, his hometown is Aguada, Puerto Rico. In the blue corner, Carlos Mendez.
We're back, and what a match we've got here tonight. Young Ming Ling, Taiwan, against Alberto Mendez of the USA, and they're really pumped up for this, Mike.
That's right, Neil. The name of the game is just to ultimately throw your opponent onto his back with force and control. That scores 10 points. You got to get 20 points. First one to get 20 points wins.
So first round, and 1.5 minutes each round. Oh, look at that. Inner thigh throw, so Mendez has to watch out for that because Ming Ling, that's his favourite technique. So they're fighting for grips, Mike. How intense is it? Oh! Well, has he got to watch out for those?
Carlos is extremely explosive. Once he gets underneath you, Neil, it could be all over.
Well, I know that he comes from so many different angles, and Ming Ling, well, he knows that, so he's going to watch out for that. So fighting for grips. So much a part of judo. There it is again. Oh! Well, he didn't have the sleeves. He didn't get the rotation. So no score. Still no score in this first round.
Again, Neil, the other way to score in Pro Judo is pinning, arm lock, and choke.
Well, the belt's come off, and he's got to do it up again. And the referee, well, he wants them to get it tied up and get on with the action. Mendez, well, very explosive. Doesn't look as if he's settled down yet into this match.
I think both of the players are a little bit cautious. First round's only a minute and a half, and they've got to get used to each other. Almost picks him up there.
Well, you can pick them up off the ground in this particular match, and Mendez, well, there he goes again, right underneath his opponent. Not enough rotation. First round then finished. Let's have a look at that inner thigh throw on this replay. There it is. He hops it through. He doesn't have the sleeve, and Mendez just gets off it. Second round. Still no score in this match. No points on the board yet, but I suspect, Mike, that we're going to see some action here now. They've both settled down. They know what it's like now. There's the inner thigh throw again. Oh!
Beautiful throw. Beautiful.
Side takedown, and he gets 3 points. So a 3-point knockdown, and Mendez has got the points on the board. Oh! It's 5 points, and he went the wrong way with that particular technique.
Well, that's Carlos Mendez. He just comes at you from all angles, and that time he just scooped underneath him and shoulder threw him to the back.
So he's got 8 points on the board, and quick succession as well. So he's really getting into this match. Ming Ling, well, he tried for a stomach throw there.
Again, now they're working in ground techniques. He could either choke him, pin him, or arm lock him. But the referee's not going to give him time. He's got to keep working, keep aggressive.
Well, they're outside the area, and the crowd don't like that. They wanted them to continue, but he wants more action. The referee, Danny Kikuchi, well, he wants action, non-stop, and that's what he's going to get. Oh, 10-pointer.
And Ming looked a little, I don't know, Neil, he looks a little confused
he
there.
confused.
He might have got
landed
thrown
on his head there. There it is again. Oh, that's it. It's all over. 20 points, 2 10-point scores back-to-back. And what a tremendous shoulder throw that was. Let's have another look at that fantastic drop down, Cianagi shoulder throw, and what rotation he gets there. Flat on his back, 10 points, and he wins the match. So the winner, Carlos Alberto Mendez, and what a crowd pleaser he is. The crowd love him.
Next, a workout with Joe Felton when Pro Judo returns.
In white, from Eugene, Oregon, Mr. Rick Horn. Come on to the mat, Rick. This is one you want to stay and watch, ladies and gentlemen. In the white corner, Mr. Rick Horn from Eugene, Oregon. He's the U.S. National runner-up. And in the blue corner, here's our hope for the year 2000 Olympic gold for the United States. He's from Boston, Massachusetts. In the blue corner, 1996 Olympic bronze medalist, Jimmy Pedro!
Now, a second fight in the under 70 pound division. Rick Horn in white against Jim Pedro, the golden boy of American Judo. Certainly a current Olympic bronze medalist and definite favourite for gold in Sydney. So, first round, and we're off. And we're going to see all action here, Mike.
Jimmy's also a graduate of Brown University, and also he was a captain of the wrestling team, well-rounded athlete. I think Rick Hahn's going to have this match cut out for him.
Well, open the account there. Jimmy Pedro, non-stop, very, very good condition. You said he was a great athlete. Ooh, well, he kind of almost threatened there. Kosoto, a hook round the outside of the leg, and Rick Hahn's got to be very careful of that.
I think they're both trying to get used to this minute-and-a-half round. It's a tough.
Well, it changes the pace of the actual match, and you can see here. Well, he's going to the ground because he loves the ground as well. He said that he's got a wrestling background, and you can see he has.
He's working for the arm lock, I think, Neil. He can choke him. There he goes. When he puts that leg over the head, that means he's going for the arm lock.
He was almost hooked on there. Referee broke them. Stand them up because he wants more action standing, and that's what I'm sure he's going to get. Left-handed fighter Jim Pedro against a right-handed opponent. And well, he had to be careful with that one. That was a nice counter. Rick Horn is really taking the fight to Jim Pedro. He's not fazed by his reputation. There it was again, and he hooked around the outside. That looks very dangerous, doesn't it? Well, first round, and no score on the board, no points yet, and that surprises me. And I think you said earlier that they really need to settle down, Mike.
I think right there, Jimmy Pedro's dad, who's coached him since he was 5 years old, I think he's telling him just to relax a little bit more, get your grip, and everything's going to work out. But he's got to relax. The first round was a little bit tense, but the athlete that he is, I'm sure he'll come out a different person.
Well, it's all about changing pace as well. You know, he came out and almost rushed his techniques, and it wasn't quite happening for him. So what's he going to do now? He's got to change it a little bit. And
there
he
it
does!
is. There it is.
Well, as soon as he changed it, flicked his opponent over with a Sumigay side takedown and gets the 10 points. Now he's buzzing. So Rick has really got it all to do now. And, Taitoshi. And one of his, they're not even losing grips there. He wants to pull him back to the middle. He's got his grip, and I'm going to keep it, he says.
There it is again.
So he's got the hold down now. He gets points there, 3 points.
If he could pin him for 15 seconds, Neil, he could finish the match, but unfortunately Rick got out of that one.
He changed that, and I don't know why he changed it. He loves it down there. He likes the groundwork, and maybe he just wants to get up and he wants to throw him. So what's he looking for now? There it is again! Oh! Now then!
That could have ended the match. No, I think the referee's calling it out of bounds.
Well, it's out of bounds and no score, and Jim Pedro doesn't like that. He says, what have I got to do to score? So he threatened with it twice, Mike, and there it was. It just shows how dangerous it is. And Rick Horn really hanging on now. Jimmy Pedro got one 10-point score. Second round then finished. Let's have another look at that fantastic technique. Not quite enough control on the upper part of the body, so he only gets a small point for that, Mike.
Yeah, basically, you got a 5-point score there, Neil.
So, Jim Pedro then, 15 points on the board, and now he needs 5 points to finish it off. And third round, come back into the middle, he says, let's get on with this.
Rick's going to have to change up his attack. He's got to change his strategy a little bit. It's not working. He needs to work the inside. Oh, no!
It's the outside! Oh! Well, what can you say? Flatten his back there, and that's it. He's got second 10-point score, and Jim Pedro, what a fantastic judo man Jim Pedro is.
Beautiful body lock there. He just locked him up and took him backwards.
So Jim Pedro, America's greatest hope for an Olympic gold medal in Sydney. He's the winner, and great sport he is as well. Let's have another look. Absolutely unbelievable control there. Catches his back there, drives him backwards. Flat on his back, full 10 points.
Let's go to Neil with Jimmy Pedro now.
How did the pro judo system of like three 1.5 minute rounds, how did that feel out there?
Well, it felt quite different, to tell you the truth. I'm used to going 5 minutes, and I'm known for my quick play, wearing my opponent down all the time. When he gets a minute rest in between every round, it's hard to wear somebody down. So I had to rely a bit more on experience. I had to gain my composure after a tough first round, and I was able to come away with the win.
And what about your preparation now for the year 2000? I mean, I've already said that you're one of the favourites for gold in the year 2000 in Sydney, and how's your preparation going for that?
Fantastic. I'm actually having my best year ever. I won quite a few major tournaments this year, as you know, and I'm looking quite forward to bringing home a gold in 2000.
I hope you do. Jim, thanks very much indeed.
Thanks so much, Neil.
When Pro Judo returns, training tips from Olympic coach Mike Swain.
In order to become a successful judo competitor, you must first off-balance your opponent. In order to do this, you have to have the right grip. Let's look in slow motion on just how to do this. First and foremost, block as your opponent is trying to get his grip. Secondly, we grab this lapel, pull with 2 hands until we get to the sleeve. This is the most important part because it pulls the opponent off balance onto his toes. block, grip, and get this sleeve. Very important. Now let's look at this in normal speed. Watch for this type of action in Pro Judo.
What a heavyweight match we've got in store. Abelardo Carbajal from Cuba, and 340 pounds. He's a huge man, Mike.
I'm glad I'm not out on the mat with him, Neil.
Well, he's so huge, and there's his opponent there, Joe Felton, hometown Boston, and he's got his work cut out here.
Joe used to play for the Detroit Lions. He also played Arena Bowl for 5 years, and he's converted into judo. And now he's got his work cut out for him. He's given up about 50 pounds here.
Well, he's the current U.S. champion, and he looks very determined. Mind you, so does Carbajal. And, well, we've got a bit of a grudge match. I know that there's no love lost between these two, and they'll be going at it 100%.
Carbajal's actually a 3-time Cuban champion. He's just a tough guy. They're both tough guys, and they're big boys.
So first round, and, well, Joe Felton has really got to keep moving here. If he stays still, he's going to have to watch out for the pickup, because the Cuban has a huge pickup that he does, and he's very, very dangerous with it. Oh, oof. Well, you saw it there, Mike. I mean, that hand comes free, gets them between the legs, and then he gets his leverage, lifts them up.
Joe's given up some power here, so he's really got to keep moving.
And that's dangerous now. They're locked in, and the Cuban won't mind that, because being the stronger one, and of course the heaviest. There's the pickup! Oh!
He caught him by surprise there, I think. Neil, Joe just attacked, and the Cuban countered with a pickup, a big pickup.
So 10 points there, and well, Felton, look at the look on his face. He's got it all to do.
He's coming right back at him, though, Neil. Scored 3 points there, I think.
He fires right back there, Mike, and that was fantastic. I mean, 3 points on the board there for Felton, and it's 10-3. So the Cuban's still winning.
I think the Cuban just scored the big 10 points, and then he started walking away, and Joe came right back at him.
Well, that's the nature of our game. You really can't tell what's going to happen. You know, the Cuban took him by surprise, but Felton fired right back, and he's just not going to give up. So, left-handed fighter, Carbajal. There's the first round then. 10-3. Let's have a look at that huge pickup. And we said that Felton really did have to be aware of that hand. As soon as the hand comes round the leg, huge pickup there. Uses his legs and flat on his back for the 10 points. Joe Felton, though, fires right back. Takes him backwards. Carbajal just a little bit too relaxed. So at the end of the first round then, Carbajal 10 points and Joe Felton 3. So into the second round. For all of you martial arts fans watching today, be sure to catch Pro Taekwondo when it premieres on ESPN2 later this month.
I can't wait for that, Neil. There should be some great fights.
Well, we got a good fight here. This really turning out to be a fantastic match.
Yeah, Carbajal's not only 340.
Well, he's got a 5-point score there, and well, he's taking it to him on the ground as well. He's leaning on his head, though, Mike.
Felton just barely got out of that move. He almost ended the match there, Neil.
Well, the Cuban now is, well, he's got 15 points on the board. Just needs 5 points to finish it off, and Felton really has got it all to do. He's only got 3 points, and we knew he was going to have a problem with this huge Cuban.
Oh, beautiful throw.
What a comeback, and he's got the hold now, Mike.
If he holds him here, Neil, it could be all over.
15 seconds, he's got to hold him for. Oh, well, the Cuban, so strong there. He just kind of turned him out as if he was a lightweight. But, well, he came back, and now he's got a 10 and a 3. 15 points to 13. Cuban's still winning, and it gets a warning there for going across the face, so...
Carbajal's not only a big guy, he's also mentally tough. He actually fled Cuba on a boat for 5 days, and he's living in Miami now for the last couple of years. But he's a very tough individual.
Well, so's Felton, and he's proved that. Oh!
Pro Judo will be right back.
third and final round. And well,
It's a great match, Neil. I mean, this thing could go either way. I mean, it's 15-13. Felton's behind by 2 points. But watch out, it could go either way.
Well, he's got to really watch out for that pickup. I was just about to say watch out for the pickup, and there it was.
Carbajal can really get underneath it pretty easily, so Felton's got to keep his center of gravity a little bit lower.
Well, he just saved himself there, Mike. He just hooked on with his foot, and his toe kind of saved him going right the way over the top again. So Joe Felton knows it now, but it doesn't mean that it's not dangerous. It is dangerous. And there's the hand there, look.
There it is again. Whoa.
Again, his hand stops him, and well, they're off the edge of the mat area there, and
they almost crushed their coach there. Hope he's all right.
Glad it wasn't me there that had to save those two coming over. Well, the referee really having to stay on top of this, keeping these two big men right in the centre. Now there he's changed it! He's changed it!
He basically countered the Cuban right there. He countered his pickup, Neil. He just threw him over with...
Let's have another look. He latches on, he goes to pick him up, and then he switches the leg over to the outside and rotates him onto his back for the second 10 points. And there he is, Joe Felton then. What a tremendous win for him. What a comeback for him as well. Joe, what can I say? Absolutely amazing technique there to finish it off. First of all, I know you used to play pro football, now pro judo. I mean, how did it feel out there?
I felt great. I knew he was 40 pounds heavier than me. I knew I couldn't fool around a whole lot. So I tried to go at him with everything I had. And that throw was just there, and I just took it.
Well, I know that, you went down first of all, and we thought you had a long way to claw it back, but you managed it, and you've done your first pro judo event. So congratulations, and let's hope that we see you again in that arena.
Thanks, Neil.
Stay with us. We'll be right back. Pro Judo has been brought to you in part by Swain Sports International, the ultimate martial arts mat, and Old Milwaukee, America's best tasting beer.
Thank you for watching Pro Judo tonight. This is Neil Adams and Mike Swain saying, see you next time.